Let's get into 5 key reasons why exes come back. I get asked almost daily, will my ex come back? And my answer is always nearly the same. I don't know, but there is always a possibility. In the meantime, your time and effort will be far better spent working on yourself. Fix the things you got wrong and change the things you don't like about yourself. Should your ex then come back, they will be treated to a much better version of you. If they do not come back, you've still got the better version of you, which ultimately attracts better, higher quality people to you. It's win-win, which is why breakups are a blessing if you let them be. Stick around and come take a walk with me through this video. You might just be surprised about some of the reasons exes come back, especially number 5. And welcome back to the Love Fix. It's Nick, as always, doing my best to get you through your breakups as easily and as healthily as possible. If today's video is not enough for you, you can come and join the free Facebook support group. Just type in the Love Fix Breakup Recovery on your Facebook page and join the group. There's a wonderful community developing there. And if that's not enough for you and you would like my advice on your one-to-one breakup situation, you can email me at thelovefix20@gmail.com to arrange a one-to-one session with myself. Without further ado, let's get straight into reason number 1. They do not know how to be single. This type of ex typically rebounds very quickly or will monkey branch to the next person. They run from the pain of the breakup and will audition new people to validate them and to take their pain away. Or it's very possible that their would-be savior sees them for what they truly are and rejects them anyway. Their natural survival instincts then kick in. Anxiety will spike to unprecedented levels and they reach out to you. In other words, they reach out to their backup option. The reach out feels great for the dumpy because the dumper is inviting the dumpy back, given a quick hit of validation. Hello dopamine, my old friend. I've missed you. This is quite possibly the worst type of person to take back because they are low value in an emotional context. They are using you to get over you. They will go to whoever gives them the attention and validation they crave, taking you down with them. It's very important to recognize if your ex falls into this category and uses you as a band-aid when they needed stitches. Reason number 2. Single life sucks balls. Now, let me be very clear. I fucking love single life. In fact, it's going to take an exceptional woman to convince me not to be single, and I highly recommend that you try to adopt the same mindset. Don't get me wrong. I surround myself with great friends and I have good family. Mix that in with personal projects and hobbies. Most of my social needs are very much taken care of. Most people get out of a relationship because they feel they will be happier with more freedom. So, you've wished them well, rejected their offer of friendship, and letting them think happy thoughts forever. The thing is, when we get what we think will make us happy, our brains very quickly normalize it and we will find something else to complain about or to be unhappy about. So they have their freedom, but too much freedom on its own means nothing. We are social creatures and we like to be in groups for the most part. Even the most introverted of us still needs human contact. Now your ex is thinking, if only I could socialize more. I want to make the most of my freedom and going out more will increase my happiness. So, they go out more and their brain once again will very quickly normalize this new found happiness. Now, they need to find something else to keep this perpetual happiness going. Only that is quite impossible and unsustainable. Suddenly, single life isn't as great as they imagined and memories of the intimate times of you occupy their thoughts. Their anxiety spikes to 1000% because you're not contacting them and seemingly getting on with your life. Going in it alone means exactly that. So give them all of the alone time that they can possibly handle. Because once the euphoria wears off, their thoughts will come back to you. Reason number 3, they genuinely want to work things out with you. Maybe they just had a knee-jerk reaction to your situation. Maybe they never stopped loving you and just needed some time apart. Maybe they appreciate that they contributed to the breakup and know what it means to work on a relationship. Regardless, it was their idea to leave, so it must be their idea to come back. If your ex does fall within this category, it is very important that you both listen to understand and not to just respond. Ask your ex what it is you can do better to understand them. But it is equally important to communicate how you feel, what you can work on, what your boundaries are, and what you want them to work on. This has the best chance of working things out, so do not waste it. Number 4, they have turned you into the emotional boyfriend or girlfriend. This seems to happen with alarming frequency. They come back to you because it feels safe. They get you to fix them up emotionally. They give you sympathy sex and they walk away with none of the responsibility or remorse. Make no mistake that breakups are hard for the dumper as well. It's a big change in lifestyle and routine. For sure, the pain and anxiety typically hits them later down the line, but it does hit them most of the time. Just because they're having a delayed reaction does not mean they can use you as an emotional dumping ground. You will need to screen this out very carefully. A good test is to delay gratification for a while longer. As the dumpy, this will feel impossible because you want to be in their warmth once again. You must tread very carefully. So, if you do feel this is the case, make them wait. Take your time. Don't have sex right away. Reason number 5, you are their human. A lot of the time, we must go experience, shall we say, different flavors of ice cream before we realize there was nothing wrong with the good old-fashioned vanilla. Sometimes we're simply paralyzed by choice or we have a bit of FOMO going on. What happens when you go into a restaurant and there's too much choice on the menu? You spend most of your time not knowing what you want, but ultimately, in the end, you stick with the tried and tested meal you've always liked. You know what you're getting, and most importantly, you know it will make you happy. However, sometimes we must try different things on the menu to know that our first choice was the best choice all along. So let me explain that. My favorite restaurant in the world is a place called Nando's. I've tried pretty much everything on the menu there, but for the last 10 years, I've ordered the same thing from there every single time. I know what I'm getting. It always makes me happy, and I know that because I've tried everything else on the menu. As cliche as that is, if you love them, let them go. If they truly love you and want you after they have tried all of the other items on the menu, they will find their way back to you. So that concludes the 5 reasons why I believe a lot of exes come back. Now, what I've said today may fit your situation, it may not. But whatever the situation may be, you have to be very careful and very honest with yourself. Why do you want your ex back? And it's very important to ask yourself, do you miss them, the person, the partner, or do you miss the relationship and the security that relationship provided? Now, this is a big distinction which I think a lot of people get confused with. A lot of the time, we're not in love with that person. We're in love with the relationship, with the security that it provides. And as the breakup progresses, we have a bit of fade and effect bias, i.e., we look back on the past with rose-tinted goggles and we see it through a distorted lens when quite possibly a lot of exes that have dumped you were pretty shitty people. They did and said nasty things to you, but because they rejected you, because you're the dumpy, you've put them on a pedestal. So I want you to take a step back and just take a deep breath. Take them down from the pedestal. It's okay. They're just another human being just like the rest of us. It's not like their shit doesn't stink. It does. And trust me when I say at one point or another, whether they've rebounded, monkey branched, cheated, or they've just chosen to stay single, there is a fair to good chance that they will revisit the breakup or revisit your relationship in their head. Whether they come back or not, I don't know. So, use this time for you. Use this time for healing to get you back. To invest in yourself. Because the only real unconditional love we can have in the world is the love for ourselves. Okay, you could argue that a mother will love its child unconditionally, but I think the only true unconditional love is for ourselves. Every other type of love is a condition, is conditional. So leave that to one side and give this time to yourself. And that's all I've got for today. I hope that's been helpful. Stay strong, keep your chin up. You know where I am if you need me. And as always, I'll see you on the other side.